Hey everybody. I want to take a moment of your time today and first start by introducing myself. My name is Jamila Laurie. I'm the CEO and founder of My Biz Consulting. We are a management consulting firm. We manage several other businesses, which includes Industries Radio, Anytime Mailbox Fallcroft location, and Inspire the Streets, which is our nonprofit. So I'm not here to talk about me today. I'm here to help you guys, all business owners. This is for you. I'm here to help you do a reset. As we close up 2025, we need to walk into 2026 gracefully with a different mindset, a different business model. A lot of us started businesses during the pandemic. We didn't have a lot of business background. We didn't know how to structure a business, but we knew how to get at the dollar because a lot of us is hustlers, right? So today I wanted to take some time to go live. Now, I tried to pre-record this and I'm going to tell you everything that could happen, and the pre-recording is just out of the question. It just would not work. So here we are, and our servers were backed up. I can get into a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to do that either. So here we are live. I have to go live because this is the only way for me to get this out. And I've been trying to do this for 2 days without going crazy. I want to make sure that I share this information with you guys. Again, my name is Jamila Laurie. Some of you know me as Nina Capone, what have you, which I am an artist. But again, this is not about me. This is about you today. And I want to share this information. So I want to start just by telling you that when I first started my business, I thought being busy was it. I was doing something right because I'm busy. Um, my calendar, it was booked. My inbox crazy. Everybody needed me all the time. I wore that like a badge of honor, right? I was like, yeah, everybody need me. This is what it is. So here's what nobody told me. Busy does not mean that you're profitable. I was like, wow, I'm not making no money. And the money that I was making was slow. It was a little bit of money. It wasn't the money that I wanted to actually see. Busy does not mean that you're scalable. I couldn't scale my business. I struggled with getting the right people in place. I was still doing all the work. And busy will lie to you. I thought because I was busy, I was successful, and I wasn't. I remember sitting at my laptop one night like, dang, I built this business for freedom. I'm gonna be able to just do what I need to do. I'm gonna have some time on my hands, but it didn't feel like that. It felt like I was going crazy. It felt like the business owned me. It felt like the business actually was the owner of me. I wasn't the owner of the business. And if you ever had that thought, then you're in the right place today, because that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to get into. This is not a hustle talk. Y'all hear me talk about the hustle all the time. This is not that. This is not stay positive. You're going to do it. You're going to be successful. This ain't that either. I don't want to talk about that today. This is the official reset. This is the official reset. We are, what is it? It's December 16th, 3:51. I'm just jumping on because I have to. I have to share this information. A lot of people think that they say, oh, well, you're a business consultant. I'm a little bit more than a business consultant, a little something different. So I want to share that with you, because if nothing changes now, then 2026 is going to look exactly like 2025 for all of my business owners. And when I talk business, I'm talking business in so many different senses. Whether you're in the car business, or the sales, if you're a consultant, if you're a artist, a rap artist, a singer, a YouTuber, podcaster, anything that you do that you consider the way that you make money is your business. Okay, so if you don't make a change today, then things are going to look exactly like they look today. Next year they're going to look the same way. They're going to look the same way. And we got to make a change. So we got to be less exhausted, more time on our hands. I need you to go ahead and take a deep breath, and then I need you to stay with me, because right now this this series is called Let's Get Serious in 2026. I wanted to share this with you. I wanted to get on. I wanted to talk to my people. Okay, this workshop today is going to be for business owners who know that they're capable of doing more but feel like the momentum is slipping somewhere, somehow, from I got this and I'm going to grow, I'm going to make my business do what it do and get it popping this year. You get excited for the new year, and then you try to figure out, what am I doing wrong? So I'm not here to talk about working harder. That's not my thing today. That's not the theme. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about leading smarter. How do you lead a smart team? How do you build a team? How do you fix your issues? What's happening? Is there something happening? Are you doing it wrong? Are you doing it right? That's what I want to talk about today. And I want to tell you how I can help you with that. This is a reset, okay? So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove myself. We're going to share the screen and I'm going to take myself off of the screen because, again, this is not about me. This is about you. Okay. I'm not here to sell you anything. Actually, I'm going to take my crawler off for a second because this is not about me selling anything to you. This is about you getting serious for your business. If you decide that you never want to work with me, I don't care. Go ahead and get busy. I want to see you win. So I'm sharing information with you today that can literally help you win. So when I said reset, this is a reset for business owners. This is a reset being presented by me, somebody who's a business owner, somebody who does this full time. This is about shifting from self-employed to CEO. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset to the CEO mindset. That's a different level. I need you to work smarter, lead better, and grow more confidently in 2026. Okay. This is 2025. We are closing it out. I'm trying to just leave out of here with a bang, right? So before I get started, I want to go and share these slides. I'm going to share a ton of slides with you guys first. Okay. Um, and then we're going to get into it. I'm going to drop jewels. I want to drop so many jewels today. I don't want this again to be about me because it's not about me. This is about you. This is about the CEO in you. This is about the potential CEO you can be. A lot of us use the title, we use it on LinkedIn. We say, I'm the CEO of this, but are you really the CEO? This is about a reset, refocus, regain momentum for your business to grow. Okay. This is a bit different. And this is why I'm doing it. Okay. Because I do these workshops behind the scenes for corporate, for companies. I don't get to talk to the regular people too often. I just don't get to talk to the smaller business owners who are out there looking for help. So, who is this workshop for? This is a workshop. Now, I'm not charging. I'm not looking to take your money today. I just want to talk. I just want to talk to you. I want you to know that I exist. I want you to know that I'm here. This workshop is for the version of you who knows something has to change. If you're a person that you're in business and you like something got to change, I got to do better. It's time for the business owner who can't step away without everything slowing down. It's time for the one who's busy all day long, like me. I used to be busy all day long, but then I was like, Dad, where the money at? We didn't make no money today, but I was busy as hell. What's going on? I've worked with so many business owners who felt embarrassed and ashamed to admit this out loud. So I'm gonna say it for you. I'm gonna say it for you. You did not fail. You did not do it wrong. You just built a business that grew faster than the structure supporting it. I'm going to say that again. You built a business that grew faster than the structure supporting it. And guess what? That's fixable. We can fix that. I can fix that. You were off to a promising start. You was like, boom, I'm making money. The clients is coming in, everything rolling. We good. Everything just going. I'm happy. Everything's moving how I need it to move. I'm making money. Then everything slowed down. The momentum stopped. Everything got crazy. Now you're struggling to keep up. You're growing, but you're like, okay, I can't keep up. You got clients coming in, you got work orders coming in, and you can't fulfill. You're working hard, but the outcomes don't match the effort that you're putting in. The lack of consistency is getting frustrating to you. Your business relies on you. Your business should not rely on your personal involvement. You need to find a way to reduce dependency. Okay. And we're going to get into this. I'm going to tell you how to do it. You recognize the need for more structure and systems in your business, but you're not sure how to go about implementing them. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to fix. You know something got to be fixed, but you just don't know what it actually is. So that's what I'm here to tell you today. If any of these points resonate with you, then this workshop that I'm about to get into is designed specifically to help you get your business back on track and take it to the next level. This is not about me telling you the exact issue, but I'm going to get close. I promise you I will. I promise you this will come very close to the issue that you're having. And again, you'll have the opportunity to contact me and say, hey, I want to work with you, Jamila, because you seem to know what you're talking about and this is what I need, or you help me to see this or what have you. Great. If not, take the jewels that I'm dropping, carry them with you, and go make the change. 2026 is almost here. It's time to get that bag, that real bag. So what's the problem? The real problem. The real problem is most business owners don't fail. They don't fail. They actually get stuck. Because doing everything yourself in the beginning, it works. It definitely works. We all start there, right? We got this idea, we got this business plan, we doing it because we can be the everything of the business. Why? Because you have to. But then it comes a time when the business starts to grow, you become the problem. You become the bottleneck because you can't do it all. Businesses plateau and lose momentum over time. Businesses seem to grow. They always seem to grow. People get to know who you are. You get more clientele. You get more referrals. You're doing good work. Everything's hunky dory until boom, it's not. But having a business like that is not a sustainable long-term strategy. And that's what we do. We create sustainable long-term strategies. I know a lot of my friends and family have no idea what I do, and that's okay. Because I work in corporate America, I work with a lot of bigger businesses, but I know that smaller businesses need my services as well. I know that your average everyday person who created a business and feel and call themselves a CEO, but really is just kind of self-employed because they're working in the business themselves. They're losing that momentum. They're getting frustrated. They're like, I'm about to shut this down because it ain't working. And it is actually working. It's just a little overwhelming because you don't have the right tools in place. Because what happened is the business outgrew the founder. Okay, the business outgrew your mindset, where you were, how you were thinking, how you thought this was going to be able to work. You outgrew that, and it's time for change. Businesses often stall not because of failure, but because the founder's hands-on approach, those grassroots businesses. I love you guys. I love the grassroots business, but guess what? It's time for change. That hands-on approach can't keep up with the growth. Once you recognize this and shift to a more strategic CEO mindset, then you start winning again. Because you will win and you know how to win because it's your business. Who knows your business better than you? A hard truth. I want to get into this. I want to get into it. And people hate to hear this, but once you go to my website and you actually fill out the discovery call and I look through that form that you fill out, that's really answering a lot of questions for me. So I kind of know how to jump in and how to approach you and how to and what questions to ask going forward, because a lot of times I realize, your business solely depends on you. So you don't own a business. And people get so mad. I mean, they get livid, they get red in the face when I say you don't own a business, you own a job. You don't own a business. You own a job. That's cool. You own your own job. And they get so mad, but it's the truth. Time becomes the limiting factor for growth when the business is dependent on you. I want to share something with you. I had to come to terms with myself and realize that if your business needs you everywhere all the time, that's not freedom. And why the heck did you create a business if you don't want freedom? It was dependency. I created dependency. I created a group of something, a group of people who depended on me to get through the day, to make some money, to take care of their families. That was insane, right? Dependency. I cannot take a day off. Because I got to a point where I realized if I got sick, took time off, to just said, you know what, I need to unplug and just chill out, take a moment to myself, everything stalled. It stopped. I was not able to do the business. The business wasn't running. I don't even know if the phones was answered, right? Because it was just I didn't have anything in place. That was my wake up call. I needed to be able to get sick, be frustrated, take a day, spend a little time with my family, do something. But when you're the bottleneck, growth doesn't just slow, it actually stops. Okay. So if you're the only one moving the business, doing all the shaking and moving and polishing and cleaning and everything, then it stops when you stop. And then with that realization, as uncomfortable as it is, it's powerful. It's something big. I was glad I understood that. That was my lesson from that. That was my lesson. That was my hard truth. I had to realize that I'm the problem. This is the shift that changes everything. From self-employed, because when you're self-employed, you do all the things. You're the doer, the fixer, the firefighter. You fix all the things. You're the emergency contact. You're everything. But when you become a CEO, you decide what matters. You build the structure. You stop being a solution for every problem because that's what you hire other people to do. You say, "Hey, here come Rick. Rick is my solution. He's my solutions guy. He's going to take care of you." We all as business owners need this shift, even in a music business. And I work with creators as well because that's business. It's also business. And a lot of times they're like, "Oh no, I just want to be an artist. I just want." You got to know the business today. You got to know the business. It's not about just being an artist. No one's going to manage your business the way that you are. So you got to be able to understand the business, take care of the business, and implement and structure the business so you can win. Anything else is non negotiable. Growth requires a mindset shift. If you're a business owner, please drop in the chat that you're a business owner. Tell me what your role is. Tell me, if you're in a partnership, tell me if you run a single business. Tell me what your business is. Shout your business out in the chat because it's important for you to say, if you're tuned in, I need you to go ahead, drop it in the chat, drop it in the chat. I own this kind of business. You don't have to tell me exactly what your business is if you don't want to. I don't care. You don't have to share. But just tell me what kind of business you own. I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know. Let's keep going. Let's keep going because we got to change this mindset to CEO thinking. It's 2026 rolling around. It's time to think like a CEO. If you're thinking about starting a business, this is great information for you. Share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your colleagues. Share it with somebody that you know that's starting a business or somebody who's in business and is in disarray right now and they need to hear this. Because right now we're about to get into CEO thinking in 2026. The world has changed. Everything has changed. CEOs focus on people and performance. They focus on vision, not just the today's to-do list. Nobody cares about what's happening today in the business when you're a CEO. You don't care about that. You come in, you get your coffee, you sit down, and you start thinking about the vision of the business. Where's the business going to be tomorrow? Okay. Again, I don't usually share this kind of information online. These are workshops that I do at colleges and at for executives and different Fortune 500 companies. But I know there are people out here who need this information for free because they ain't got the money to put into it because they're too busy trying to create and run these businesses without the right strategies in place. Okay. CEOs build for sustainability because burnout is not a good business strategy. Getting worked up and burnt out is not a good business strategy. Not at all. A good CEO uses systems because just having good vibes ain't it. You got a great business with good vibes. That's not it. No. We don't, that's not it. We want to have the good vibes in there, but that's not the winning factor. You got to have a good strategy. You got to focus on vision and direction as a CEO, charting the course for the business and aligning the team around a shared purpose. Everybody got to be on the same page. That's what the CEO is supposed to be focused on. What else is the CEO focused on? The CEO is focused on the structure of the business, designing efficient workflows. A lot of times CEOs create a business and they expect somebody else to do this. If you put the right people in place, then that's doable. That makes sense. But if you do not, then guess what? That's not going to happen. Processes and technology to support scalable growth. You have to have people in place that actually care about the business. They don't have to care about it to the level where they have to make it like it's their business, it's your business, but they work there and you want them to take pride in what they do. So you have to have that people and performance. You have to empower your teams, empower people to grow, empower them to want to grow, empowering and managing a talented team to achieve key results. Okay, we talk about metrics, key metrics, how people and teams are performing, how your business is performing. This is all from people and performance. Okay, so you have to lead that. You have to lead the way. If you're not happy when you come into the office, then that rubs off on the rest of the team. If you're having a bad day, they're having a bad day. You are the leader. As a CEO, you have to think like a leader. Sustainability and not survival. Do not let yourself get frustrated with, oh my gosh, we got to make this work. We got to make this work. Oh, we got to survive. We got to get through this year. No. Building a business model that can thrive in the long term is what you're looking to do. Not just scrape by, but survive in the long term. How can your business run without you? That's the key. That's the key to freedom. It took me so long to learn this. And now I teach it. I get paid to go come teach this to other businesses. I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I finally got it after so many years. My business is old. This is not a new business. I did not open my business during the pandemic. I opened it many, many years prior. And I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. And this is not something that somebody's going to tell you. So what was that to me? That was a reality check. That was a reality check. So I want to ask you something. Again, if you are in here listening, you're joining me on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're listening from, drop it in the chat. Say hi to me. Just give me a shout out. I want to see that you're there. Listen, the reality check. I want to ask you something. I ask every single client the same thing. If your revenue doubled tomorrow, what would actually break in your business? I'm going to ask that again. If your revenue doubled tomorrow, what would actually break? Now, I ask this to my clients because I had to ask this to myself. When I asked myself that question, the answer was so clear. I didn't need more clients. Clients wasn't my issue. Clients was never my issue. I needed support. Ask yourself what you need. Don't rush past this question. I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, if my revenue doubled tomorrow, December 17th, what would actually break in my business? Whatever popped into your head first is where your next level is hiding, okay? Whatever you thought of first, because you thought of something. You wasn't just sitting there nodding like, okay, Nina, you're on to something. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So let's get into it. The reality check. Staffing. Would your current team be able to handle the increased workload? When I sit with a customer that first visit, I want to know, what does your team look like? Can they handle, if I was to get you, a lot of people come in and just want marketing. Okay, you want marketing. We get you marketing. Can your team handle the work that's about to come in? Because I'm good at what I do. When I'm marketing, I'm good. I can get people in. The problem is, can your team handle it? That's something for you to look at as a business owner. I don't care if you own a bar. Can your bartenders handle all of the clients that are coming in, all of the people that are coming to order drinks? Can they get these drinks out in a decent time? Will the customers be happy? Think about it. No matter what kind of business you own, this matters. So I'm not focused on a particular type of business, because business is business, especially service businesses, but business is business nonetheless. Would your existing processes and technology be able to scale to meet the demands of the increase? Did your business have what it takes? As a business owner, you should be able to manage the increased responsibilities without getting stressed out or burnt out. You shouldn't have a nervous breakdown because you're making more money. That's insane. Things got to be in place. Your job is to make sure those processes and procedures are in place so that when the business picks up, you're ready. Be ready so you never have to get ready. Always be ready. So I need you to make sure that if you didn't write nothing else down, write this down. Understanding the capacity and limitations of your business is crucial for sustainable growth. It's crucial. In order for you to continue to grow, you got to understand what your business can handle. You could be a mechanic, you could be a bartender, you could be a rapper. To be honest, do you have enough songs to hold down a 45-minute set? And I don't care what kind of business you have. This applies to everybody and everything. So let's talk about foundation. Before you can actually scale, the foundation has to make sense. And again, when I walk into businesses and I look at the foundation, it don't make sense. There's nothing in place. When I meet people who say, I don't have a CRM, I'm like, well, what are you doing? How do you track your clients? How do you reach out to your clients? How do you do outreach? Where do you keep their names, their information? What are you using? What are you doing? That means finding bottlenecks. Find your bottlenecks. Find out what the problem is. Check your pricing. Check and see if it actually matches your workload. So we got this to do. Is this too much? Are we charging too much? Are we charging too little? One of the other things I see, people don't know how to charge for their niche. You got to know how to charge. You can't be undercharging when everyone else in your field is charging this X amount of dollars and you're not even close. Why? Because you haven't done the research. Then you want to ask yourself if your business model still fits your life. Does this work for me? What do you want to do with your business? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Evaluate your current business model. See if it still makes sense for your goals and your growth plans. Because do you want to be out of the business in 5 years? Do you want to be out of the business in 2 years? How's your business structured? Is it structured to train someone to replace you in the next 5 years? Are you setting up a business model that can franchise out? Are you setting up a business model that can be sold? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Make it make sense. It has to make sense. Service and pricing must align with your niche. And for sustainable growth, can you grow your business with the funds that the way that your pricing model is structured now? Are you charging way too much and it's not going to make sense, or should you come down? Right? Just think about these things. These are things that you have to have in place. Your foundation is everything. Pinpoint areas in your business that are slowing down or limiting your growth. And this could also be people. Now, I hate to get people fired, but sometimes we got to come in and make some next turn because people are just in a way. They're not doing the job or they're costing you. Okay. Before you can scale, you need to have a strong foundation in place. That means evaluating your business model, your services, the capacity. That's going to reveal the gaps and the bottlenecks holding you back from reaching the next level. You need to look at that. Okay. We're going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Why plans fail is my favorite slide. Okay. This is it. Most plans fail for boring reasons. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. No capacity, no clear roles, no processes. I can come in and keep this really, really simple. No capacity, no clear roles, no processes. 90% of the businesses that I walk into, this is the problem. And if these are not all three, then it's at least one or two. Two at minimum. That's how you take a good idea and turn it into chaos. And chaos is exhausting. That's where you start to burn out. So if your business has a lack of defined responsibilities and accountability leads to confusion and gaps, okay? If you're even working for a business like that, I mean, come on. You don't want to work in a business where you're not really sure what you're supposed to be doing. And we all know, we all started jobs where we walked into businesses and they were like, Karen is going to train you. And Karen don't have no idea. Karen, like, I do it this way. I do it that way. This is all I do. This is how I get it done. I mean, this is not what they want to do, but you could do it like this. Come on. And this clear roles and responsibilities needs to be defined across the board. Okay. And another thing which took me to pivot was no documented processes. Okay. I walk into companies every single week. We're not going to say daily because I don't work daily, but every week I walk into a business and they're literally relying on the person who knows how to do it. There's no documented processes. If that person dies, unfortunately, guess what? That information dies with them. That information dies with them. All processes need to be documented. Relying on institutional knowledge instead of standardized workflows inhibits scalability. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail because Miss Cole passed away, and now you have no processes. You're not really sure how she did her job. Insane, insane, and unacceptable. Okay. So we want to make sure that we have documented processes in place. Again, this is free information. You should be writing it down. You should be taking notes. This is important. Trust me. Trust me, this will get you through. Please, let's change our mindsets. Let's become better business owners. Okay. No capacity to scale. Okay. You have an existing infrastructure, but your team cannot support increased demand for growth. So you got new clients coming in. It's 2026. You got people who are on your website like, yeah, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this. I want to order this. I want this, whatever. But your team can't handle the work. Your team can't handle it. Without a strong operational foundation, good ideas are left to chance rather than strategic execution. You fail. Simple as that. That's why plans fail. And I hope I'm clear. If you're getting this, please drop it in the chat. Let me know that this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then say it don't make sense. I'll take that as well, because then I can go back and brush up on my presentation. But if it makes sense, drop it in the chat. Let me know it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, this is what we need. We need a reset. We need this reset. I see my sister in the chat. You listen, sis. You already know this is what we do. This is what's needed. We have to have a reset. We have to be able to step away. We have to be able to say, you know what? I need to go focus on something else. I want to build a new business. Okay, you got to have time for that. Your business can run on its own, but you got to be willing and able and ready to go ahead and make the changes. So let's get into what I actually do. Because again, a lot of people hear me talk, they see me around, they say, oh, she a business consultant, and I don't know what they think I do. I don't know what all business consultants do, but I do something a little bit different. So this is how I help. We slow things down. I actually come in and slow things down because most CEOs are gone. They are like, I got to get this done. I'm busy every day of the week because I'm busy, because I got to do the work. I got to get this done. I look at your business from a honest perspective. No fluff, no judgment, because I can't judge you. I've been there. I did it. I went through this too. I'm only teaching you what I learned over time, experience. Okay. Yes, I went to college and got a foundation of business and all that good stuff, but this is not what I learned there. This is what I learned in real life. My job is to figure out what's actually blocking your growth. And here's the fun part. What do you need to fix first? Because I'm not coming in to tell you to fix everything overnight. That's not what I do. I'm not going to come and be like, oh, here's a list of things that you need to fix your business and then you will be successful. Absolutely not, because that's not how it works. It's not realistic and it's not going to happen like that. And one thing I know for sure, two things for certain, people got to be ready, and change is slow. You got to be ready, and the change will be slow. It's going to be a slow change. Okay. You're going to look at everything as a whole. I don't like to make people panic, okay? Because it took you probably 20 years to build your business, but now it may take you another 5 years to get it 100% on point to where you need it. So it's time for you to retire, chill out, take a break, get sick, maybe even have a baby or whatever you need to do with your life. You need the time because, again, being a CEO does not mean working in the business full time. Okay. So I need you to step back and evaluate your current business plan. That's what I would do. And if you come to me, that's what I do. I want to look at your business plan. And if you don't have one, we need to sit and put one together. We need to look at the structure to identify the areas for improvement. We need to look at that together. We need to see where, not where you are, but where you should be. We need to look at and find the gaps. We need to pinpoint specific areas that are hindering your business growth and preventing you from scaling. What's stopping you from getting to the next position, from leveling up? Align strategy with realistic capacity. And I say realistic capacity. And because we got to be realistic, a lot of times financially, we can't just jump and do something. And I understand that. And I couldn't. So I had to go slow. Ensure your business strategy is realistic. A lot of times we go to business consultant, and this is why I say I'm not your typical business consultant, not at all, because a lot of times they're telling you you're going to need $50,000 to get this, to implement the things that I'm going to refer you to, and these systems and these changes got to happen within weeks for you to see these amazing results. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Your strategy has to be realistic and aligned with your current resources, number one, and your capabilities. Okay, so I'm very intentional on these slides right now because I want you to understand it got to make sense. Okay, it got to make sense for your resources, meaning your money, your pockets, and what are you capable of doing? Can you walk out the business today and focus on this? You might not be able to. This might be something that you could do just a tiny bit at a time to start to grow the business and change that mindset. By working with us, you gain clarity on your business. You address gaps or issues and develop a well-rounded strategy. That's what I help people do. I help people to change the strategy of things. Like I said, I've worked with some major companies, and it's been amazing to see them actually utilize some of the small fixes that we put in place, those little strategies. Because sometimes it's not even a big issue, it's a small issue. And this will set you up for sustainable growth, because that's what I want to see. I want to see you grow. I want to see your business doing well, right? And I don't want to take any credit because this is your business. I don't need the credit for it. I just want to help you with the strategy. Delegation used to scare the hell out of me. It scared me. I thought that, because this is something that I've done all the time. This is my role. This is what I do. I felt like I was losing control. So delegating something to somebody else, letting that person handle the emails or handle the marketing or handle this or handle that, or they're going to design a website. It scared me. It scared me a lot. But what it actually meant was getting my time and my brain back, right? Because I couldn't think, because I'm so focused on this. I couldn't think about the vision of the company and growing a business I couldn't think about that. I couldn't think about that. CEOs don't do everything. And when I see a business doing everything, I just shake my head because, I'm just not one of those people to force me on anyone, right? I feel like when a person or company is ready, they'll come and we'll get it done. We'll start working on that, right? A CEO decides what and how things should be going, how it should be, how the flow should be moving, how the customers should be coming in, what's happening when a customer come in. They should be more focused on the flow, not in there trying to do all the work. That's not a CEO's job. Your time as a CEO is expensive. And if you're spending it on the tasks that don't move the business forward, then you're paying for that. You're paying yourself this number, right? To do tasks that should be done by people who don't need or don't require as much pay. Think about it. Think about it. CEOs delegate. Again, I struggle with that. Delegation is key responsibility of a CEO. That's your job. Focus on a high level strategy and leadership. Get out the way. You know how many times my staff tell me to leave them alone and get out of the way? Let us do our job. And I'm like, wow, wow, you're right. You're right. I'm going to get out your way. I'm going to get out your way because this is not my job. This part is for you to do, not me. So I'm going to get out the way. Time is your most expensive resource. As a business owner, your time is your most valuable asset. Your time is your most valuable asset. So if you're let's get into staffing. Okay, let's have a staffing conversation because outsourcing. People hate to outsource, or people say, "Oh, I don't outsource, or I don't do this, I don't do that." Okay, and you can outsource so many parts of your business. It frees up your time for higher value tasks. Okay, it can free up your time for you to do other stuff. I don't care if you outsource the marketing, you can outsource the you can even outsource some of the services that you provide in-house. You can outsource so many different things by creating a process and putting it in place. Okay? As a business owner, your time is your most valuable asset. I can't stress that enough. Your time, you're wasting money. Time is money. We all know that, right? Time is money. We hear that over and over again. But what are you doing with your time? So bringing in the right support. And unfortunately, some of us have children who work for us or who we're trying to force to learn a business because we don't want nobody else to know our trade secrets. Guilty. I've been there, done that too. Listen, listen, listen. Bringing on a right support, whether remote or in person, allows your business to scale more efficiently. You have to bring the right people in. You can't rely on the people who don't want to work. Rely on the people who do want to work. Rely on the people who actually want to see change or need it, who want to do the business. Leveraging the right support creates the capacity for you to step into your actual role as a CEO and focus on driving your business forward. Okay. I love my kids. I love my children dearly, but I had to hire outside. I had to hire people who had more experience. I had to hire people who can do the job without me micromanaging them. I had to hire people who knew more than me. I had to hire people who can run my companies because I didn't have the capacity to do it. Excuse me. So that's a thing. That's something to think about. Now we're resetting here. We are resetting. So let's talk about scaling smarter and what that looks like. Okay. Scaling does not mean hiring a whole team tomorrow. So if that's what you think when I said scaling and outsourcing, please scratch that. Scratch that off your list. I don't want you to do that. It does not mean hiring a whole team tomorrow. What it does mean is hiring the right support at the right time. Okay. You may not need a whole team right now. Hire the right support at the right time. Timing is everything. Timing is key. Remote support, of course. That's what I had to do. I went for remote support because it was less commitment without any chaos for me, because I was able to say, okay, I'm going to train these people. They're going to work solely for me in my company, and I'm going to focus on something else, like being a CEO and creating more vision and getting things done. So I hired people to do the jobs and these roles that I created that needed to be done. I couldn't rely on myself to do all of these different things and keep the business going. It was impossible. So let's talk about flexible support. What if you had, and this is what I call scaling smarter, what if you had access to trained, reliable remote professionals without heavy overhead, without spending a whole bunch of money? You got somebody that's already trained and being managed for you, somebody that knows the business, your business, somebody that knows your business, somebody that works directly for you and only for you, and you're not paying a whole bunch of money to them, but you're getting the job done. What about role-based assistance? You're getting the exact help that you need when you actually need it. I don't need somebody to come in every day and clean the office. But you know what? I could use somebody to come in and help do that weekly. That's role-based assistance. I need someone to come in on my heavy days just to help with the calendar. I need someone to make phone calls. I need someone to do the posting weekly or monthly or whatever, right? Role-based assistance. This stuff exists. You have to learn to scale up or down, adjust your support as your business needs change. Don't lock yourself into anything when it comes down to your support. Know where you need to put people and move people around, and when you need them and where you don't need them, and all those good things. You got to be prepared. And as a CEO, this is where your mind shift should be going. Now, remote staffing allows you to scale your business efficiently without the constraints of traditional hiring. Now, every business can't be done. You can't hire a remote person to, come into your business if you need somebody there in person. That's different. But think about, if you have a business that goes online. I don't care if you have a trucking business and you need some booking and some research done or some marketing done for your in-person business. While you're in there doing the business, you can have someone else handling all the marketing for you. You can have someone else doing all the outreach, following up with your clients, doing touch points, basically contacting your clients who has appointments scheduled today. Do you know the increase in business that you'll have having someone else do those type of things? Your follow-ups, getting surveys taken, fixing your website, maintaining your website. It's so many different roles of bookkeeping. I can go on and on, where you can put people to handle your finances and so many different things and capacity that you can relax a little bit. Just relax. Take a day. Remote support. So why am I talking about remote support? Because I actually partner with a remote staffing company that provides trained and reliable virtual assistants to help business owners scale their operations. Again, this is not a sales call. This is not that. I'm not selling this to you. This is literally one of the reasons why I created and work with another company. I said, you know what? I need this for myself. I've used this company for years and years and years because I needed to do this. So I not only used them the first few years, but then I replicated. I created a second company and replicated the same exact type of business model. Okay. So therefore, I can be a CEO. Again, I got this a second company. I'm like, I want this company to run as efficient as my first company. And the only way to do this is like this, is to follow the exact process I put in place with the first company, to so that I'm able to go ahead and get remote workers and virtual assistants. Okay. So your remote workers work solely for your company, and they're your staff. They're your staff handling the back end of your business. Now your virtual assistant may come in when you need them, periodically, sometimes, what have you. You don't have to do everything anymore. It takes some of the things off of your plate. And yes, it's life changing. It's life changing if you're looking to do something different. If you need an IT person, a security, a network, we got to have all these things in place as business owners, and there's no way in the world we can do it ourselves. So, my CEOs, I want you to stop doing this. If you're ready, if you're still buried in email, scheduling, administrative work, data entry, I need to talk to you. You need this, because that's not CEO work. Okay. So when I'm saying bring somebody in that can handle these things, bring somebody in that can handle these things. Because letting go does not mean losing control. It doesn't. I promise you, it doesn't. It just means getting your sanity back. And I meet so many CEOs who are overwhelmed and just doing too much. So here's that list. Here's the list of things that, I know every business could just go ahead and take off their plate. Admin and inbox management. Tasks related to managing administrative work and email inbox that do not require your direct involvement as the CEO. Give that job away. Data entry and operation support, routine data entry, paperwork, operational tasks that just don't necessitate your expertise as the CEO. I stopped doing all of that. We got to update this and update that and get this done and get this process and get this in. There's people for that. There's people who are good at that, that can do that behind the scenes, that are trustworthy, that you can put in place and not worry about trying to do everything. Because you're not even going to remember to do everything. So these are things I need you as the CEO to stop doing. Scheduling and follow-ups, scheduling appointments and managing calendars and following up on tasks that can be handled by support staff. Let them do that. Let them handle that. I'm able to do a free workshop today because my staff can handle the incoming calls and anything else that's going on right now. I got somebody at the front desk. I don't want to be at the front desk. I don't want to be there at the front desk answering questions. Okay? Like, that's not where I want to be. So I had to make sure this made sense. I don't want to be designing websites. I don't want to be doing social media posting. I don't want to be doing all these things. So I hire people to put in place to handle the work while I be the CEO. And it's so funny because so many people still come to me like, I want you to do my social media. And I'm like, okay, we do offer social media assistance, but I'm not the person that's going to be sitting there doing it. Will I be involved? Absolutely, because I do manage. I manage well. I delegate tasks, but I will not be the person working directly on your social media campaign. Absolutely not. I will not be running your ads. Absolutely not. I have a staff that do those things for me because I'm a real company. I'm a real CEO. Stop doing tasks that don't require you. Anything that you can pass off to your support team, please do so. Freeing up your time to focus on higher level strategic work is imperative to your success. You have to do it. You have to. Systems matter. Okay. And I know this is long and drawn out, but I promise you, we're going to run it back. I am going to do a replay on this because this remix is definitely necessary. Systems matter. Many businesses have tools, but no strategy. Buying more tools will not save you. A lot of people like, oh, well, you know what? I'm about to get this system and it's going to do this, that, and the other. Then the problem is that system is underused. Underused tech is an expensive clutter. Okay. It can be crazy when you got all this tech in place and you're not even using it to its full capacity, but yet you're buying something else that does exactly what you already have does. And you're just, at this point, you're paying subscriptions, because we all know everything is a subscription model now. So now you're paying all this money out on a monthly basis only to have this to be duplicating systems but not using them properly. Systems need strategy. Systems need strategy. If you have systems in place and no strategy in place, then you're doing it wrong. Many businesses have tools, but no strategy. I constantly see businesses invest in all these different tools and software, but they fail to have a cohesive strategy for how they work together. How does these systems work together? Systems should work together. When you have good systems in place, effective systems and tools, they should be integrated and aligned to support your business processes and goals. You might not need to hire nobody if you got the right systems in place. You might be able to say, you know what, I'm going to put this in and this is going to go out this day and this is going to happen on this day. Listen, there's so many ways to skin a cat, right? But you can't do it if you don't have the right tools. Stop paying for tools you're not using. Oh my goodness. I see so many nonprofits getting tools because they've seen it on something and they get these tools and they're like, I'm going to put that tool in place. And then they underutilize it because that tool is also a fundraising machine. And you're not even using that part. You're still like, I'm going to use this for fundraising, but I'm going to have this and I'm going to have that and I'm going to have this. And then you're not even using the tool, but you're paying for it. Redundant tools leads to wasted money and resources. So you need to check your tools on a regular. Why? Because again, tools change. You're going to have tools in place that they may upgrade while you're using them and say, hey, now that we have this, you can use this. So you can cancel a subscription somewhere else. Utilize the tools that you have in place so you don't cause redundant spending. Okay. Again, underused tech, wasted money. Investing in technology without a plan to maximize its use leads to inefficient operations and unnecessary expenses. I am about saving money. I'm cheap in all actuality. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on tools and stuff like that. How can I get the cheapest tool? How can I purchase it and own it so I don't have to keep paying the subscription? That's my goal. I want to own it. I want to own it so I don't have to keep subscribing. I don't want to kick out a whole bunch of money every single month. That's crazy to me. Aligning your systems and technology with a clear strategy is essential for optimizing your business operations and driving sustainable growth. Remember, this is a reset. This is not going to happen overnight. Okay? Here go a few systems that support growth. Okay? Good systems gives you visibility, automation, and peace. So when you hear me, if you know Jamila, if you know Nina Capone, you know I'm all about peace. And a lot of my peace comes from automation. So we're talking a CRM, a project management database, financial clarity. It's all boring. Yes, it's boring, but it's necessary. A centralized system to manage your customer relationships, their interactions, and the data. You want to know, okay, who your customers are, how many times they come in a month, how they interact with, who are they interacting with in your business, what's happening, how are they getting haircuts, are they buying soap, what are they doing, what's happening. All of this can be stored in your CRM, and this information can be gathered each and every time a person, whether they're purchasing on your website or purchasing in person. So no matter what's happening, you're gathering information so you not only know who your customers are, but know what they do within your business. That's important. How much money they spend with you. How much more can you sell them? What are they actually looking for? Your CRM, client management database, can definitely help with that. Project and workflow tools, collaborative tools to manage tasks, projects, and team workflows. I'm gonna tell you, I use just one tool, and I didn't always. I was double, triple, quadruple paying, and now I use one. Okay, because I wanted a place where I can put all of my clients, manage all of my clients in one place, be able to look at each and every project with a bird's eye view, and have automation and reporting. What are they doing? What's happening? I wanted to streamline my process and see and be visible everywhere and see what actually is happening. Can I look at my company and see how many sales we got today? I actually have multiple companies in one platform and I love it. I want to see how my business is performing while I'm on this live right now, doing a free webinar. How's my business performing? Are people making appointments? What's happening? Financial visibility is important. Integrated financial tools to track income, expenses, and profitability. Can you tell if your business is profitable or not without running manual checks and things like that? Can you see that in one day? It's important. Yes, this is the boring stuff, but it's the important stuff. How we actually support systems. Okay, so when we say system support, people think that I'm some kind of technician. I'm going to come in and fix everything because you said it's broken. That's not how it works. We audit your technology. We audit what you have in place, cut what you don't need, and we fix what's broken, what's not integrated, what's not automated. We make sure everything actually works together. If your systems are not working together, then you're waste. You're just causing waste. You're wasting money. We need to look at your tech stack. Okay. Your tech stack is all of the tech that you have in place. So whether you're using Square and you're using HubSpot and you're using, you get all these different tools that you may be using. You're like, I'm using Constant Contact, and I'm using Square, and I'm using HubSpot, and I'm using what's it, Monkey Chimp or whatever, MailChimp, and Survey Monkey. You got all this list of tech, because those are all tech, and you're stacking them up. You're basically using them. You're signing into this and signing into that. You're doing all these different things. You can, in all actuality, be doing all of those things, including the marketing, from one system. So that's where we come in and we look at. We make sure that you're using one system, even if you don't know it. There, you have to learn it. And if you don't have to learn it, you can find somebody who knows it, and you hire that person, and you have them manage that. Okay. We identify gaps and redundancies. Just like I said, we pinpoint areas where systems are missing or overlapping. There's a lot of system overlap in most businesses. Why? Because they don't have a systems administrator who's looking at this overall, managing the systems. They are trying to do it themselves. That's where the wonderful world of the CEO who can do everything. Just because you know how to do something with something doesn't mean you're an expert at that. Hire the expert, let them do it. And then you want to make sure that your systems match your goals. Does the system that you're using align with what you're trying to grow? Does it align with your business objectives in a whole? Does it align with your strategy? See, by us taking a comprehensive look at the current technology in use, we can help businesses streamline their systems, eliminate redundancies, and ensure their tech stack supports their growth goals. Simple as that. Very, very simple. I don't have a superpower, a super strategic approach to anything. It's simple. I get right to it. I get right to it. My team gets right to it. Let's talk about visibility, because it's non-negotiable. And again, I'm going to carry on. Why am I going to carry this on? I know this is the longest I've probably ever been online, but it's important information. I've seen some amazing businesses. Shout out to to all the amazing business owners out there who continue to struggle because nobody know that they actually exist. Okay? I know a lot of amazing businesses that are out here today, but the people don't know they're there. They don't know that you exist. Being the best, being good is not good enough. You have to be visible. You have to be visible. Marketing isn't about ego. It's not about it's more, it's not about you saying, oh, I got to do this marketing and get this, because I'm a business now. No, it's about access to the people. You got to be able to find the right people. The right people have to be able to find you. If they can't find you, they can't hire you. If you're the best in your field, if you're the best at doing what you do, then you need to be accessible everywhere, so the right people can find you. Invisible brands. I talk about this a lot. Sometimes my entire workshop is on invisible brands, right? Because the brand is invisible. They bring me in to try to find some kind of way to get visible. Period. Just visible. Great businesses still fail without visibility and brand awareness. Your brand is everything. That's what you're selling. Marketing is not an option. It's essential. It's a necessity now. You need it when you start your business. But you start your business, you get marketing. Boom. That's how it should work. And consistency builds trust. Consistent branding and messaging across touch points builds credibility and trust with customers. I'm going to get into this, okay? Just a little deeper dive into this one. Consistent branding, making sure your brand is recognized throughout. You probably always see in the streets radio, even when I'm doing something like I'm doing today for my biz consulting. Industries Radio is our media platform. It's our broadcast network. So that's what you're going to see here. Okay. Branding is everything. The messaging is everything. How does my ecosystem goes together? I don't just do one thing one place. I do it in multiple places. So this is how I pull it all together. Touch points. What in the hell are touch points? Touch points is everywhere you're going to be marketing. It's everything. Everything and every way that you put it out there are your touch points. Whether you're on social media, whether you're on different platforms like speaking platforms, whether you're on different websites, no matter where you're going to be, those are your touch points. Whether you're on a billboard, that's a touch point. Touch points builds credibility and trust with your customers. If my customers constantly see Industries Radio or My Biz Consulting on billboards when they're driving up 95 or 76, then they're like, hey, I know that I can trust them because I've seen their billboard out there. That may sound ridiculous to you, but it's real. Visibility and marketing are crucial for business success in 2026. I'm past 2025. I'm over it. Okay. We are now moving on to 2026, and this is a necessity. Businesses that are visible or invisible, or lack a consistent brand presence will struggle to attract and retain the right customers. And not just any customers, but the right customers. So again, visibility is non-negotiable. Now, before I continue to go on, I want to talk about your logo, because people think having a logo, I got a logo. I got my branding. Okay. Branding is not just a logo. Okay. Branding is how people feel about your business. It's trust, it's consistency, it's clarity. And this is where the vibes matter. Okay. Do people mess with you? Do they like you? Do they care about you? Do they want to see you? Do they want to hear you? People probably don't want to hear me. Not everybody, but some people want to hear and say, you know what? Let me check her out. Let me listen to what she's saying. Clear messaging. Communicate your brand's purpose and value clearly and consistently. Constantly talk about your brand and your purpose. I mean, I made this mistake. I wasn't clear. A lot of people see, and this is why I get on and tell people, hey, I own an ecosystem of businesses. I own a consulting firm and a marketing agency and a broadcast media network. So people have to see that I'm consistent saying these brands and showing you these brands and tying them in together. I had to learn over time how to make the ecosystem work, but hey, I did it. I'm here now. Okay. And now I'm sharing it with you, no charge. Because again, this is the thing. These are the workshops that I go in to teach companies because they're important. They matter. It makes sense. We have to first do a touch point with the CEO who's making the decisions and creating the vision and find out where their bottlenecks are before we can get them into the space of clarity. Your professional presence. Ensure that your brand's visual identity is polished and reflects your expertise. We want people to know that you've been in business for 20 years. How do we express that? By celebrating, having little anniversaries online. That's important. I didn't realize how important it was. I'm like, I don't have to, I've been around. I don't have to show that, but you do need to show that because that tells the customer that you've been in business, that you are the veteran in this business. That's important. Ensure your brand's visual identity is polished and reflects your expertise. I can't say that enough. Consistent experience. Provide a seamless and cohesive experience for your customers across all touch points. So no matter how they're reaching out, whatever they're getting, however they're getting it, make sure they're satisfied. Make sure they have a good experience with you. And no, you're not going to be able to meet this with every single person that your business comes in contact with, but for the most part you can. And when we mess up, we fix it. I just seen Saudia Schuler on a go to the Black Friday outlet and was dismissed and publicly or something happened. But I seen the owners retract that and fix it. They fixed it, and within 24 hours they fixed it. She went online and said, hey, this is bad customer service. I came to spend money, XYZ. And now boom, they fixed it. They said, hey, we want to be a part of this movement. We saw that's not a business owner. That's not one of our owners. I'm one of the owners. I want to fix this. How can we make this better? How can we partner to help you do what you're doing for the city of Philadelphia? That was huge. That was right there is how you create a consistent experience even when things go wrong. Now, why clients choose you? You need to clearly articulate the unique benefits and differentiators that make your brand the best choice. Why should I come to your store? Why should I come to my biz consulting for a consultation opposed to going to this consulting firm? And I'm gonna tell you, because I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna give it to you straightforward, and I'm gonna make sure that you succeed. I don't consult on everything. But if you find that there's something on my website that you need, then hey, I'm the one that you need to book. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to create fluff. That's not what I do. The reason I'm still in business for so many years, for over 20 years, is because I am a strategist that makes things simple. I make it easy. I make it easy to understand. I'm not speaking a whole bunch of jargon. It's right. We get right to it. Branding is about more than just a logo. It's about building trust and credibility, your target audience through a cohesive, professional, and compelling brand identity. So make sure you're doing it right. We almost through this, y'all. We are almost through this, I promise. Social media with a purpose. So I see a lot of people on socials. They're just going out there. They're like, yes, I started my business. I need to be on every single platform. You do not need to be everywhere. You do not need to be everywhere. Focus your social media on social media platforms where your target audience is most active. That's it. Okay? You need to be intentional. Pick platforms where your audience actually use. If you know that you have an older audience that's not necessarily on Instagram, then go on Facebook and then just repost to Instagram. Okay? You just pick some of the the spaces where you need to be. Make sure you're in the right place. Yes, we definitely need to talk. Definitely need to get together. I'm so glad you're on and you can hear some of the things that I do. This is my sister, y'all. We need to make sure that we're on the same page. We need to make sure. So, yes, we can holler. Just contact me anytime. We can get busy. But you don't need to be anywhere. Be where your audience is. Identify the platforms where your customers are. A lot of times we're just posting, and we're like, why aren't we attracting customers? Because we need to be where our customers are. We need to find out who our customers are, number one, and then we need to go where they are. Go to the platform that they use the most. I say again, strategy over random posting. Develop a social media strategy that aligns with your business goals and brand messaging. I'm not saying don't go online and have fun, because I'm on TikTok wilding. But here's the thing. I have a professional TikTok as well, where I keep it cool and professional, where I'm dropping down all the professional stuff too. Because you can mix the two, but you got to mix them in a way. You got to have a strategy in how you do that. Okay? So that's key. Strategy is key. I don't care what you're doing, strategy is key. Being found online. Okay, I promise this is almost over. And I'll keep saying that, but this is not as long as it seems. Okay, I'm just trying to throw all these goals and jewels in for you right now, because you need it. I need it. We all need it. I need to get it out. I need to get it out to let people know what I actually do. Here's the thing, people Google before they buy. So being found online. People Google before I pick out who my next um barber is, who's gonna do my lashes, who's gonna do my hair. I Google a bunch of stuff. I want to see reviews. I want to see this, because we have this tool now. It's public. People can use it. They find it, they use it, and they get it popping. And that's how they choose you. If you don't know about SEO, you should learn. Search engine optimization. That's what SEO stands for. SEO keeps your business visible even when you're offline. My company started out just doing SEO. We didn't do nothing else, just SEO. I started a business just doing SEO. That was it. Just keeping businesses in the front line, no matter what. When people were not online, creating posts and doing those things, their business was still being seen, because we did search engine optimization. And that's the goal, to be found online. Clients search before they buy. Potential customers research all the solutions that they're going to get online before making a purchasing decision. Before they decide on who they're going to go with. I don't care if it's a plumber, it's a gardener, it's a lawn care specialist. I don't care. They go online and search it first. Visibility drives your opportunities to you. Being found in the search results. I asked a guy the other day that came into my office, how did you find me? He said, Chat GPT. I found you on Chat GPT. Chat GPT told me to come to you because I needed a consultant that did this, this, and this. And I was like, wow, that's powerful. But of course, I get SEO. I get AEO. AEO is answer engine optimization, which is totally new. What that is making sure you're in these when you know what is it, Alexa and Chat GPT and all of these different ways. Now you can talk and say, find me the best this in this niche in this city or near me. Boom, and it finds it for you, and it spits out a list of people who would be best. It makes those recommendations. You business owner, you need to be there. You need to be there. The only way to get there is by getting some SEO and some AEO done. You got to get that done. Okay, people think they can do it themselves, and I hear people say, hey, I got a tool that I use to do that online. And yeah and no. Okay, and I'm not gonna make that part of this today because I went over an hour. But if you want to know more about how SEO and AEO works, just drop it in the comments, and I'll come back and do a live on that as well. I'll talk more about that. But you got to be seen online. SEO supports what we call long-term growth. Optimizing your website and online presence for search engines leads to sustainable organic growth. Okay. Investing in SEO and maintaining a strong online presence is crucial for being discovered online. It was not as necessary years ago. It is today. You want to be discovered by potential clients, and it drives long-term business growth because it's constant. It's not something that happens once. It's constant. Okay. And again, that's something I can revisit and get deeper into, but right now we're going to keep it moving. So let's talk about marketing that aligns. Marketing should make sense. Again, I know I talked about this in another slide. Clear message, aligned goals, actual results. Not random posting and hoping for the best, hoping somebody contacts you because they seen your live or your post or your whatever. No, your marketing messaging should be clear, consistent, and compelling. It's the foundation of your outreach. People need to know, oh, wow, okay, this is what this is. For businesses who've been open a long time, who've done a lot of sustainable things in the community, you need to start talking about that. You need to put that out there. You need to make sure people know, hey, I'm not just here. I'm here with an impact. I'm here with a purpose. Ensure your branding, your marketing efforts, and your overall business goals are all in sync, reinforcing one another. Okay. So if you're a community activist and you run this business, then that should all align. You should be talking about all of it. Okay. A lot of times we see businesses, they go public, they do a lot of news, they do a lot of media. They do this because it helps with the visibility of their business. Your marketing should support sales. Your marketing strategy and tactics should be designed to attract, nurture, and convert leads, people looking, into paying customers. Simple as that. That's it. That's it. That's all. The big picture. Okay. And I promise I'll stop. I know I keep going on, and I am going to run out of slides. I promise. But the big picture here today, everything that I talked about is about structure, systems, and visibility. If you miss one of these, if you don't have a clear structure, you don't have good systems in place, and you don't have the right visibility, everything slows down. I promise you. That I can promise you. Establishing clear roles, documented processes, and scalable capacity creates a secure structure. Implementing aligned technology, automation, and visibility in operations completes your systems. And developing a consistent brand presence, marketing strategy, and online discoverability makes you visible online. Because without a solid foundation of structure, supporting systems, and marketing visibility, your growth will be inconsistent, it will slow down, and possibly stop. So, what we do, we are close to the end. The business reset. We do a business evaluation and strategy. What we do is we analyze your current business model. We identify the gaps and develop a strategic plan to drive growth. Okay. This is not the free, that's not on the free consultation. The free consultation is simply, can we help you? And I'll get into that before I close out. Staffing and scaling support. We assist with building your team, delegating effectively. We teach you how to delegate effectively, okay? Because a lot of times the CEOs still struggle. So can you get help? Yes, I already have the resources. I already did the hard work, okay? That's taken away. When you come to my business consulting, this is what we help you to do. We help you to put these things in place so you can scale your operations without getting burnt out. We assess your tech stack. Again, that tech stack tells all the tech that you have in place. Is it working together? How's it working together? We streamline the processes and implement the right tools to support your business and your business goals. Landscapers. I work with a lot of landscapers. Here, I have a tool that's going to take care of everything that you need so you can focus on your business, even sends out reminders and keeps track of things and the bill, it accepts the payments and sends out the receipts and does this and that. There's something that exists already, and I help you to find that. Branding and marketing guidance. Develop a consistent brand identity. Create a targeted marketing strategy and increase your online visibility. Now, when I say develop a consistent brand identity, you need to make sure that your brand identity appears where it needs to appear at the time that it needs to appear. That's so important, but that's something that we help you to get in place. So business evaluation and strategy, staffing and scaling support, systems and technology alignment, and branding and marketing guidance. That's what My Biz Consulting does. We are your trusted partner in driving your business to new heights and providing comprehensive support across all of those critical areas of your organization, not just a part of it. That's what we do. So your 2026 reset. I got to get the saying 2026. 2026 reset. Here's what I want for you. I want you to stop feeling like your business is running you. I want you to build something that supports your life, not consumes it. That's what this reset is about. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Stop operating in survival mode. Lead with intention. Build a business that works for you. So in 2026, it's time to get serious about building the business you deserve. One that aligns with your goals and empowers you to work smarter, not harder. So what's next? Again, if this hits home, great. If it doesn't, let's sign out and I'll talk to you some other time. Maybe something else I'll say in the next uh webinar work for you. I don't know. It is what it is. Maybe later. Maybe you got to let this resonate with you. But if this hits home, good. That's it. This means that you're ready. Your next step is not more effort. It's clarity. Because we're constantly like, I got to do more. I got to do this better. I got to do that. No, you just need clarity. Book a strategy session or a business assessment with us so we can just have a conversation. We can just have a conversation. It's not hard. All I'm going to do is help you to identify your biggest growth blocker, start operating like a CEO. That's it. Okay. I don't charge for a phone call. I don't charge for that. We're going to, you jump on the website. I'm going to go ahead and show my website there at the bottom of the screen, my phone number. And we just want you to get started. Just start. I say that to clients. Get started. Start now. Quick story before we close. Not long ago, I had a conversation with a business owner who sounded like, oh my God, I can't do this. They just going through it. They felt like, oh my God, I'm failing. I don't know why I started this. I'm losing everything. The business wasn't new, and they was actually doing pretty good. But they was exhausted. She was so exhausted. She was like, oh my God, Jamila, I'm burnt out. I can't do this no more. I'm ready to sell a business. She's like, I know I could do more, but I don't even know what to fix or what to fix first. Like, I got so many things that needs to be fixed. I don't even know where to start. And all I could say was, oh my gosh, I wanted to listen. I wanted to find out like really where she was, but I wanted to hear her because I realized she wasn't failing. She was just stuck. And she didn't lack motivation, but everything seemed to feel important to her. Everything about everything that she's seen that needed to be fixed now. It was overwhelming. And I didn't come in to overhaul her entire business overnight and say, I got the fix. We're gonna fix everything tonight. This is how it's gonna go. No, I am not a miracle worker. I do not claim to be a miracle worker. I don't want to be a miracle worker. I didn't want to even add more to her plate so she would be more overwhelmed by just having that conversation with me. That's not what I do. I'm telling you, that's not what I do. I identified where the bottlenecks were. We looked at her structure, how she was running business right now. We looked at the systems. I looked at her visibility. And once she had clarity, the overwhelm went down. Once she understood what was happening, she was no longer overwhelmed. She started to delegate properly. She started making decisions faster. She stopped reacting and she started to lead better. And here's the part I want you to hear. Nothing about her company was broken. She did not need to work harder. She needed perspective. She needed clarity, figure out what was happening. Why was she feeling this way? Why was she overwhelmed? So if you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, that's me. It sounds just like me right now. It's not a coincidence at all. The next step isn't more effort, it's clarity. You need clarity. So booking a strategy call or just doing a business assessment online, that's not a commitment. It's not a commitment to change everything. It's a commitment to finally understand what actually needs to change. A lot of people, when I say I'm a consultant, they get overwhelmed. They're like, oh my God, I really do need you, but child, I don't have no money or I don't have this. Let's have a conversation. I invite you to book a conversation with me. Because if you're ready to stop guessing, stop spinning, your brain just going around in circles, you're overwhelmed. You want to lead your business like the CEO you already are. I want to support you. I want to see you go the extra mile. So in 2026, successful business owners will be those who lead with intention, build sustainable systems, and maintain a strong online presence. My Biz Consulting is here to guide you through this transformation, empowering you to work smarter, lead better, and grow confidently. So thank you for being here, and truly, let's get serious. It's time to get serious, y'all. Before I go, because I'm about to get off this live, here's what happens on a strategy call. So people are like, oh, I want to make a call. I want to talk to you. I want to do this, want to. So I don't do a sales pitch. I don't have a sales pitch for you. This wasn't a sales pitch. This was for you to gain some clarity. This was for you to get started and kind of get your engine roared. So you won't be like, hey, make a decision now. I can do this and do that. I'm not doing that. Okay. This is a clarity call. On a call, we're going to talk through where your business is right now. We're going to identify what's actually slowing down your growth, not just what feels overwhelming to you. We're not going to do that. We're going to pinpoint which may be the bottleneck, and how you fix it. How do I fix it? We can find it literally like in a 30-minute call. We can do this. We're going to determine what support systems or structure would make the biggest difference in your business today. And that's it. I'm not going to sell you anything. You'll leave the call with clear steps. You'll know what to do next. A better understanding of what needs to change and what don't, because some things you're doing great already. And confidence on how to move forward. With or without me. You don't have to use my biz consulting. Again, I'm not here to sell you anything. But if it makes sense to work together, we'll talk about that. It may not make sense for us to work together, but if it does, we will definitely have that conversation. If it doesn't, you'll still walk away with clarity. Either way, you won't be left guessing. So, again, book a strategy call, book a discovery call. The number is below. The website is below. It's simple to book us online. It's easy. It's really that easy. I promise you it is. And book your call and let's have that conversation. It's important that you get serious as a business owner in 2026. I know I'm doing it. So again, thank you for tuning in. I'll actually put this up as a replay on our site so you guys can check us out. But again, thank you all. If you have any questions, comments, concern, you can drop it in the chat. I'll get back to that later. But if you're willing or you really need this, go ahead and book the call.